StreamYard's been having a bunch of fucking issues the last couple of days. I've even been getting emails about it, but it hasn't really messed with me until now. It's weird. It's showing on Twitter, but it's not working on. Okay, there it goes. Also, guys, I got a new mic. It's one of these like actual like desk mics. It's probably gonna have a little bit of you guys hearing me type and click. I hope it doesn't affect you guys too much, or please, like, don't. I want feedback, so I'm still messing with the settings. I can always change back to my headset mic, but I got this one to make for better quality since we're doing the podcast soon, and then also just in general. But I noticed like it has so much background noise. It's kind of like, damn. Also, a long way. I just unmuted you. I don't know why you were muted. I guess it was background noise at some point. I'll give everybody a second to get in here. First, I'll go over the trades we took on Bitcoin and GMT first. So with Bitcoin, I ended up getting stopped at break even on this one, but anyone who held ended up, it hit full target. So I probably could have just let it ride, to be dead honest. But I guess after I passed the funded stuff, I was just being like super cautious and like no risk, because this was actually not even with that. I was waiting for my credentials, but I was getting I was taking on this little bit of port I have on a Binance account, but I guess I should have just let it run. I know some in the Discord did let it run, and Ebo got you guys a sniper entry. Ebo's entry is actually better than mine. I think he got you guys in like right above this high or something. I think it was something like that. Like it was like the 705 of that move to the downside, if I remember correctly. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, he got you guys at a super sniper entry. Mike sounds crisp as fuck. Okay, dope. And also, yeah, I'm a funded trader as of this last week. So the mic sounds good. Great. I was really like, I messed with it forever last night, but I couldn't get it. At first it was not crisp, but Discord has a bunch of settings that I had to change, like the echo cancellation. I was like, there's no way it's my mic. But yeah. Also, what's up, GG, man? I got some Twitch viewers. That's unusual. Usually I have none, but it's going good, man. How's yours going? Also, the funded account, I haven't taken a trade on the live. I literally just got funded, I think, on Wednesday, and I just decided to take the rest of the week off. But on Monday, I'll be starting. But yeah, the overall bias for this Bitcoin short, because we are going to review the trades, and I also just want to go over what we went over on Monday, because similar structure to the week before. Let me pull this over here, and then I'll pop that back up. So we talked about the weekly bias being bearish, that we thought that by the end of the week, we would be lower than where we started. But I expected to move up first, creating the wick of the weekly candle. Basically, I wanted us to move into a premium of the impulse move on the daily, and I wanted this sell side liquidity removed. So we talked about that. Now, what I was talking about here when I said plus displacement break of structure, ideally, I had wanted us to do this first and then come up into a premium of the range. So as far as that goes, the bias, we didn't get up into a premium. So I still think we will come up into this area now that we've came down into this. So we might not, who knows, but I would still like us to come back up into this premium at some point, because now we've removed all of these early longs. The shorts already got liquidated there, and that was the raid that we played, that we called live, I think it was Wednesday, or maybe it was a Thursday. But so overall, the weekly bias was definitely correct. We wanted to move up first, creating a wick, and then the candle was going to move to the downside. So we're right there. Now, the only part we didn't get on point was we didn't come back into a premium. So I guess you could say 50-50 there. I mean, overall bias was correct, but we didn't come to a premium. And I wanted us to be able to get some buys to sells, but it ended up being sells to buys. Well, I shouldn't say two buys because we haven't gotten any buys yet, but I think that it's the weekend, so I personally won't be trading. I think Monday will probably bring better setups, but I mean, we all know that crypto can go fucking pretty crazy on weekends. If you're trading the weekend, you could watch Bitcoin under these lows. It seems like it's trying to find some sort of a bottom. I would expect the early traders to get liquidated before moving up. But in all honesty, I mean, yes, you've got a lot of liquidity above these highs. But if I long down here, I probably would be getting out there. That's just me. I'm a little more conservative. But ideally, I'd still like to move into this premium. And this could be a little bit more of a drawn out accumulation phase where it takes, comes into next week. But the problem for that with me is this weekly candle. I mean, to me, it's pretty clear what the weekly chart wants. And to me, it's these lows down here. So that's 18,780. So, and that was the original reasoning between I wanted this weekly candle to close lower. And also we had that low right there. Also, thank you. Sorry, thank you, Mohammed, and good. I mean, so close to 320 followers. Really on Twitch? Honestly, I don't even look at my Twitch. I literally don't look at it at all. Or do you mean you are that close to that? Also, Hunter said, appreciate the advice. You're a legend. Hopping on the live stream. Hoping on the live stream, you can explain lot sizes and futures to use 100x leverage. Yeah, I can explain that. I'll do that right now. So lot sizes on MetaTrader for Bitcoin usually depend. If you look at your quotes and then you click on the quote, which is, if you're clicking to hit trade, and then you click details, you can find a page in there, and then a part of that will say contract size. So for most brokers, for Bitcoin, the contract size is 1, meaning for every one lot you open, that's a 1 Bitcoin position. So your P&L will move $1 for every dollar that Bitcoin moves. Also, Silent said, when Facecam? Probably Monday. Actually, I've been out today shopping all day. I got some shit for my office. Starting to get it together. Also, Brains, the Discord link's in the it's in the bottom of the banner on the screen, and then also in my bio. Also, somebody said, look at the monthly candle of Bitcoin. I mean, we've been talking about for a while. For me, the monthly levels, the next one's down here at 11,658. I mean, we have this massive fair value gap too, but I'm going off of order blocks. We have this massive range between 43,155 and 11,658. Obviously, it's massive, but I think that that's where we'll probably get more of a the kind of bull run I think that people are looking for. Could be unpopular opinion there, but that's just the way I see it. I also see these equal lows right here, and the fair value gap just below it. So a lot of reason to go down, in my opinion. But yeah, so I mean, we've now removed the sell side liquidity from this lower time frame range that we've been kind of consolidating in the past week. So on Monday we might end up seeing some form of relief, but really, if we don't get relief under these equal lows right there, which I think we will, but if we don't, I mean, the next draw is down here at these equal lows, and that's the weekly bias as well. But again, I really want to move back into a premium of this impulse move because we haven't seen any relief as far as going into a premium, not even on a 4-hour chart. I mean, even using the 4-hour impulse move, you didn't get close, in my opinion. So I still want to see that to kind of rebalance some of these institutional books, fill some of the orders that are remaining up here, and also clear out a lot of the early shorts. But we don't want to try to long until we get reason to. So Again, just reviewing the bias. We got the weekly right, but we didn't get back into a premium. So that's good old corn. Now we'll go to Euro USD because that was another one we went over. So GU and EU were very similar. We basically talked about the daily sell side had been taken. This was on Monday. See the 22nd, and potential reversals under the old low. We already went over this a little bit in different streams this week, but we'll just kind of touch up on it. So again, we marked out this imbalance right here. Let's just look so you can see. So they marked out the daily imbalances. This is on euro dollar. So we marked out these as potential reversal points after we removed this low. We wanted to see price come up into a premium of the impulse move that sought out the sell side and rebalance books, and that's exactly what we did. It's pretty on point with euro there. We went over this in stream, but yeah, I mean, literally, this was textbook. I mean, liquidity rate after, again, this is what I was talking about with Bitcoin. You'll see price come down into that liquidity pool. Then you also usually see a liquidation after that. And this is why people who just play choach a lot of the time get stopped out at least once before getting that win, because almost always when we come down, it's not going to be the bottom. You're not just going to rally from there. You're going to see that last push down before the move up. And whenever we see this pushes down, once we get a break of structure, we look for the fair value gaps and then price to consolidate and expand from there. So that was pretty much delivered on a golden platter. But it's crazy how we reacted right off that imbalance. I mean, insanely rough. I mean, look at that. That's one of the gnarliest candles I've seen on EU in a while. So, I mean, that tells me that the bearish narrative is most likely still in place. That kind of closure, especially at the end of the week. I think the dollar DXY probably moved up a lot today. I don't even know what JPOW said today. Yeah, pretty crazy day. But I know that obviously the stock market dumped. DXY is going exactly where we wanted it to. It's got these equal highs. Again, our weekly target for a while now has been this 109. It's a weekly fair value gap from 2002 above that high right here. So, I mean, that's pretty clear to me. That's the next stop. And I don't even, again, we talked about this. It's just a little interesting. We drew a fib from the last monthly price delivery level, right? This last order block to the left of the most recent order block. And the reason we picked that one is because this candle, we have to extend it out and then see a bullish candle, which is our bearish order block, that does not touch this line. And the most recent one is this right here. It's back all the way in 2002. But if you take a fib and draw that from there to the most recent one, equilibrium lies right at this liquidity pool in that little fair value gap there. Pretty crazy. Anyways, that's DXY, kind of off topic. Go back to euro dollar. But yeah, I mean, EU's been free money lately for sellers, but the longs were pretty nice this week. I didn't partake in this, but I could see price going down for these lows. I mean, that's a pretty rough reaction. And if you look, it's as soon as we came into that premium, there were orders remaining there, and price moved to the downside pretty rough. But our bias was, I mean, pretty much right on point. Or not even really pretty much. It was, we said it was going to go for the reversals under those lows and look for the closest imbalance. And that's exactly what we hit off of. So pay attention with that one for sure. GU, let's see how we did on GU. GU is very similar. I mean, almost identical charts at this point. GU didn't come up to the target like we wanted. Well, not the imbalance that I wanted. Now, if we take this line here, it didn't, oops, actually, let's see. It didn't come into a premium, but, again, there's no law that says, we have to go back into a premium, but after removing this low, I could see a push back up into that level up there. Just because if you see how we formed this liquidity pool right there, right above that high, I mean, depending on our price action under this low, because really we're just looking at price to bounce between different liquidity pools or imbalances. And get a feel for what the institutional structure is. Are we selling off and impulse moves up into premium to then sell off again? We can continue that bearish narrative there. I mean, the weekly, we've removed a lot of liquidity here. The daily, I think we're going to come down, and this goes for the daily too, just like we were talking about in the 1 hour time frames. Just when we come under an old low, usually don't just hit it once and then just moon from there. You're going to see a little bit of a reaction, come into, this didn't come into a premium, but come into some form of price delivery array, and then come take out the low. And then you'll start to see that accumulation of orders if price wants to go higher. If it doesn't, we'll see the same behavior here. Massive moves the downside, fair value gaps, price comes up, takes out the lows. So not as on point with GU as we were on EU. I mean, EU was like literally, it was pretty crazy how we reacted off of that. That imbalance. And yes, silent, we can peep AVAX. I just want to go over gold and then ES, and then I want to go over the GMT trade we took a loss on too. So GU kind of on point. We did see a reversal under the low for sure. There were definitely some opportunities for longs every day, but today it seems like. And EU is right on point. So now gold, we hit to a fucking T. And I did capitalize off this a little bit. We talked about on Monday that the weekly and daily imbalances were filled and the M15 had displayed bullish structure. So we talked about an order block. We're going to go over that in a second. And we said that as long as that bullish structure was maintained, we're going to look for long ideas trading into the closest imbalance above. All right. So I think I marked it as a daily. I moved it down to a 4 hour. No, that was the weekly chart. Yeah, we were looking for this imbalance. It went a little higher into this green zone, but we talked about that on stream. I think it was a 4 hour imbalance. And we talked about this order block right here. So this is the 15-minute view on Monday. So when we're looking back at, sorry, my girl's texting me. When we're looking back at price for the week, pretty insane how we hit right off that order block. So this is the order block you see right there under that liquidity pool, and you see price right here, just right off of it. So on point there. That was PMI day. So the price rushed up to this fair value gap. This is a lower time frame. We didn't necessarily talk about this. Took some trades. I took 3 trades on gold this week. It was pretty nice. You can't even see one over here because it was pretty quick. It was like a 5-minute trade. But yeah, gold moved pretty crazy this week. So nice moves there right off of the imbalance we talked about. I wanted to catch a short here, but price never went up as high as I wanted. It just reacted off this imbalance. But on point with gold. Now, looking at gold now, I think we want these lows right here. That would be the pretty clear target for me. I mean, we did come down into this candle here, but since we went so much lower than it, I think we want lower. I mean, you could see a short-term reversal under this low, maybe rebalance, but overall, I think the narrative still is down for gold. But under these lows, we could catch some more relief. Oh, he did give a bias for ETH too. I haven't really been watching. So he said weekly bias is bearish. Price is drawing into imbalance below. Daily can see relief. Price is reacting off the lows inside the daily imbalance. So basically we said that the daily, the intraday bias on Monday was to see some relief, and the week we wanted to close, or come into the end of the week more bearish. So let's see how he did there. I honestly haven't really watched ETH, so this will be news for both of us. Yeah, definitely closed bearish. So again, this was on Monday on the 22nd right here. So we wanted a little bit of a relief up into, I didn't draw this imbalance on, or wait, did I? I think I had an imbalance here. What is that? So that's the 15-minute. I don't know if that's the same one though. Oh yeah, it is actually. I didn't even remember doing it. So we drew that imbalance. We drew that, or not imbalance, a POI. I think this was a buy to sell range on a different time frame. This is just a 15-minute view. So we talked about getting a little bit of relief. came right back up into that imbalance, and then reacted massively off of it. Now, I remember we were talking about this on stream, I think in this area, but I didn't want to short it, and it did indeed go a little higher. I wasn't watching price action for any of this, but massive, massive move to the downside there. So I always pick the best days to like take off and not trade. It's funny. Every time I do it, I swear to God, there's like a fucking massive market move. Okay, so oh yeah, so talked about price reacting violently off the equal highs. Where is it? Yeah, so there was we were talking about some potential longs after this daily imbalance was filled. I think that's old plays. See what we said about. And NQ similar, but we wanted the weeklies to go down, draw to the imbalances below. So basically a bullish to bearish scenario on indices. So definitely got the the end of the week right. So price came back up, and this is how easy it really is when you if you just look at the daily chart, let the daily chart do the work. So right here was when we were talking about, on the 22nd was when we were talking about price had came into this imbalance. So we wanted a little bit of relief. Where did it go? Right into an imbalance in a premium. I mean, super, very clean price action. That's why this is, I mean, like that's free. Like this is literal free money. So price came up. God, this morning was just perfect. Like, look at that. Raid right above this high. I got left behind for a minute for sure. It's crazy. It came back into this imbalance though. Here was your first shift in market structure with displacement. Came right back. I mean, it took you a while, but wow, that's super clean. I think this was actually the liquid you would be looking for in the morning session. Would have been, I wouldn't have even really paid attention to that, honestly, on the as far as in the 5 minute. But I mean, yeah, the daily price action there was super clean. So we got that pretty much on the head too. Said that after we came to this imbalance, we would see some of a bullish narrative and then bearish. And obviously, the week definitely closed bearish. Same here. Look at that. And this is the imbalance we gave on NQ. Where is it? Oh, actually, no, it's not the imbalance we gave. Sorry about that. The imbalance we gave was a little higher. So we didn't get the exact imbalance on NQ, actually. I think on another stream we marked this because I had this marked. But, I mean, you can see that once price comes down, it takes out one area of liquidity. As soon as the impulse move ends, it's going to return to rebalance price and then redeliver down to the sell side. So this institutional structure is clearly bearish. So everybody is bullish, 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 right? This is clearly a trap. And we talked about reversing above these highs in this imbalance. Massive move to the downside. I mean, indices are moving so clean, it's not even funny. So there's that. That's pretty much all our weekly bias. Got everything right on the head, really, except Bitcoin. So pretty happy about it. Bitcoin was the only one that didn't really do it. I mean, the weekly was correct, I guess, but it didn't go how I wanted it to. So GMT. This was a long I took. I was looking at it in the sense that, here, I'll show you guys exactly what my bias was. So whenever we got in the long, let's just go back over here so you can see what I was seeing. So I looked at it in the sense that price had came down and already done what I wanted Bitcoin to do. It swept the lows with displacement and kind of consolidated and got that displacement break of structure. Right? We got over the imbalance that sent us down. So that told me, or that gave me the bias that the institutional order flow in the lower time frames is now bullish, and we had this imbalance we were kind of consolidating in. So I looked at it like, okay, had the 1 hour imbalance, and then I think it was a 5 minute that had broken up with displacement. And I was looking at this like, okay, well, this has already done what I wanted Bitcoin to do. I know GMT sometimes moves differently than the rest of crypto because I haven't really traded it in a long time, but I know for a while there it was in its own world. So I wanted to take it back up to this daily imbalance here. That was also in a premium. And I looked at it like at this point, the daily, we had pushed down. The daily came down and liquidated the early traders. That was that. What we were just talking about, took out these lows and had gone into this daily demand zone. And then that 1 hour break of structure to the upside. I like the setup. I mean, looking back, I would have taken this again right now. So at the end of the day, it did stop us out. So teed it around. It really was just barely in profits or barely in a loss, and then stopped us out, I think, this morning early. So, take it on the chin, move on. -1 hour booked. So, they're never fun, but I mean, looking at it, really, I mean, let me do this. Where are we even at right now? So it came down lower. I mean, again, it's as with all crypto, nothing really came back up into a premium. I think really what it was today's news, whatever JPOW said or whatever was going on, where everything just took a massive fucking shit. So, roll with the punches. It is what it is. Seems like it's coming down into this daily imbalance though. I'll watch it. But first time I've traded it in a while. The daily still looks decent here. I mean, I could see, honestly, it doesn't look bad if you look at it from the sense that I would like maybe one more liquidation here. But again, I don't know how much, the GMT bulls are accumulating STEPN coin. But so that's really it that I wanted to go after or go over. Sorry, I can't talk. But I will go over AVAX now for you, Skolton. Let me answer some questions as well. Sorry, I forget sometimes. Was that the liquidity rate of the downside on corn just now? Yeah, I think that that, like I said, I mean, I don't really want to trade on the weekends, just kind of like a policy of mine. But I mean, it definitely could be. The problem is with the daily for me, though. If you don't see some massive reaction here and you close looking like this, I mean, I would probably, see how the next daily candle closes. We might come into the market with a fair value gap on Monday above and see some potential longs to sells. But once Bitcoin, one thing I will say, in my experience with crypto, is once Bitcoin gets moving really volatile in one direction, it's better just to trade pro trend. So, for instance, like in the 2020 bull run, shorting, you're getting massacred. So crypto, when it's really moving, it's super aggressive. And that goes for when it's moving up or when it's moving down. So, I mean, I'm about to the point again with crypto where I'm going to start just trading with my daily bias, which, was here is pretty bearish for the most part. But we'll see what we have on Monday. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see us kind of, move around and leave a little bit of a gap coming into the week, right up into it, and get another weekly down close. Because I think the weekly candle wants all of this. If you see, I mean, it's crazy. It's 3 drive right into equilibrium of this fair value gap. I mean, once you react that impulsively off of, as soon as you come into a premium, that tells me that price is still extremely bearish, and in the bigger picture. Somebody said 120% profit hit while watching Extreme. Fuck yeah. Do I trade Aussie dollar? Yeah, I haven't in a while. Oh, it reacted nice to this level though. It seems like everything in Fridays went crazy today. This was an imbalance I was watching. I need to set more alerts, but a lot of times when I'm doing TA, I mean, lately I've been trading gold, SPY or SPX, and Bitcoin. Like that's been about it, but I do like Aussie dollar. I've done pretty well. I actually like it more than a lot of Forex pairs, which I know is kind of like unpopular opinion. Oh yeah, you like the new mic? I'm glad because I was kind of like when I got it, I opened it last night and I was messing with the settings, and at first it sounded terrible. But I'm glad you guys like it. You can kind of hear the typing in the background because I have a mechanical keyboard, but hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. You see my fib settings? Sure. If you're wondering how I do this, I just, the 0.5 is red and then the 0 is blue. It's weird. I don't know why it does that. That's how you get it to be the colors. And then the background, I guess it's, I don't know what setting it's at, but it's right, like 10% or something. And then no, none of the boxes checked. Pee my DMs before I get off. What is this? Oh, yeah. Frizz is cooking up some gas for you guys. Wait, what does this say? Guys. Soon I'll have a position size calculator that you guys are going to be able to put right on your charts thanks to the GOAT Frizz. Best coder I know. If you need any code work, hit him up and I can give you, or hit me up. I give you his info. Anybody can play bit. You already know him, but also do I have a Discord? Yeah, it's Playbit. The link is in the bio. And then also at the bottom of the screen, if you join, make sure to use Casper, code Casper for a discount. I trade NOS 100. Hell yeah. I like trading NOS. I haven't traded it this week, but I trade SPY a lot more recently. But I like trading NOS as well. Do I use a certain platform outside of YouTube and TradingView to do a live? Yeah, it's called StreamYard. It's it lets me stream to as many different platforms as I want. What kind of mic is it? It is a HyperX Quadcast S. What's my favorite Forex pairs? Probably Euro, dollar, and USD CAD. And no problem. So AVAX, I got you, Silent. Silent, you've been coming up, bro. I've been seeing you. I didn't call you Skulton, did I? I don't think I called you Skulton. I didn't call you Skulton. But so I mean, similar with everything, man. Like this is some old TA. I haven't done this in a while. We marked these. I mean, these have been marked for a while because my daily imbalance hasn't been red for a minute now, but it reacted nicely off that level at first. But I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this chart off. Actually, I'll leave some of it. No, knock it off. For some reason, I had sell side liquidity up there. So weekly chart is going for this low. So I'd be short most of the time until then. As far as any kind of swinging narrative, I think you already got your reaction off that imbalance fill. I mean, it's just like crypto is so bearish right now that it's leaving a lot of gaps to the upside. Because if you see these massive moves, and we're not coming anywhere remotely close to a premium on any coins, and it's just dumping. I mean, I honestly would have thought we would have went a little higher, but and this is what I tell people, that you need, even if you don't trade it, you need to watch indices. If you trade crypto and you're not up to date and have a bias on SPY and NOS, you're fucking up, because I promise you, the same institutions that are manipulating price here are the same ones that are manipulating price with Bitcoin. So, this is a great example of how we'll have inefficient price action that you can use. A lot of times you can use this as a bias. That's why I trade a lot more indices than crypto, because I think it moves a lot cleaner. But I mean, nothing to say, nothing against crypto. Let me go back to AVAX for you. I would look for this low. I mean, that's where I'd be framing trade ideas around. After that, you might come up and fill whatever imbalance you have here. But that's really the game plan. But this is what you're gravitating towards. So if we're looking for, I mean, it's probably going. You might get some form of reaction before then, but this is seeming like that's what you want for sure. Yeah, my boys. I pick the fucking worst days to take off. I swear to God, like literally every time I take a day off, like I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm glad I did. I kind of needed it, and I got a bunch of stuff done today. But still, it's like the craziest shit. Like, when is the last time? Like, this shit's insane. Like, I mean, I guess the day before that too, it dumped. But oh wait, these are 4-hour candles. For a second, I was like, wait, what? How did I miss that? Now is this day? Crazy ass candle. And look at that close. Like, Jesus Christ. That close is so ugly. Look like a fucking loading bar. Like, there's no closes that are that bad, I swear, on this chart. It didn't, like right here, I guess, but it literally didn't even wick at all. Just paused right at this imbalance. I guess I took some form along here, but I think that was when I took along on the FOMC. But yeah, I mean, everything's super bearish. What did somebody fucking catch me up on what this motherfucker JPOW even said today? Let me just. I just Googled JPOW. I probably would have came up with something. So yeah, I mean, nothing super. My boy's got his port from 10K to 20 for 25K. Yeah, I mean, most everything seems pretty bearish. I mean, I think that's clear, and I'm not going to take credit to like it's me telling you much to tell you that. But the thing is like it's crazy. Like we, with the corn and everything, with all crypto, no returns to premium. I mean, it just got everybody. Hey, that's not too loud when I'm typing, is it? Hopefully not. What? Oh, ICT 4275. Note it. Well, it should be like right. Oh yeah, wow, that's crazy. I mean, dude, he's a fucking OG, man. Never ever fade, never fade ICT. That's crazy. He got that on the head. That's beautiful. That's absolutely. I wonder what that was. At a weekly open or a Monday midnight open? No. That's what it was. guarantee. I don't know, actually. I mean, it's still a little bit higher. This is what I would guess. What is equilibrium? 40, 45. No, I guess it wasn't this. He probably refined something, but I guarantee that was some of the basis, was this massive expansion candle. But maybe it was a previous monthly. No. God, that monthly candle looks fucking nasty. This chart looks bad with all this shit. Crazy how these levels are hitting. We got this shit to the T on indices. It's free money lately. Oh, you can't hear the keyboard? Really? That's awesome. I don't know how. Yeah, guys. I mean, that's really it. I mean, coming into the new week, price sells on EU, USD JPY. Somebody's echoing. USD JPY. I mean, it looks like it wants this high. I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. I wanted to come down a little lower, but it's pretty bullish. I mean, we could see if we come above these highs, start to see some. I mean, really, we'll see how Monday goes, but USD JPY could probably frame ideas around taking that high. Like, look at this shit. I mean, just perfect fucking liquidity rates. I mean, oh, there's some nasty equal lows right there. We took out all this liquidity here. On the 1 minute, I don't even know if you had time to get in here. I mean, I guess theoretically, I wouldn't have taken it. But again, a lot of times you'll see it. The first time you get a shift in market structure and leave a fair value gap, that's where your entry is. A lot of the times, you just got to trust it. That's where it would have been right there. And your stop would have been probably under this low right here, and then targeted this high. Probably like a 3 or 4 R. Would have not been a bad trade at all. It's interesting because depending on how I react, I think we'll probably end up taking out these highs. But I mean, you could end up seeing a reversal down into this sell side right here. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have some coins you want to do TA on or any questions, drop them. There's really not a bunch to go over. It's Friday night, so no new trades. We pretty much went over everything I wanted to go over. God damn, that would have been a crazy sell. I really think the weekly on USD CAD's going for this high up here. It's pretty clear for me. GXY. I mean, there's more downside for anything with USD at the end of it. I'm almost convinced at this point. I think the stock market's going to be going down pretty hard. I think crypto is going to be going down pretty hard. So just be safe. Don't get permeable syndrome. It's a deadly terminal disease. Tesla? Yeah, hell yeah, let's do some Tesla. Yay. So weekly, honestly, let's see. This is a weekly chart. I'm going to put. I mean, I could see a pushback up into that, to be dead honest, but the weekly seems like it's drawing away from something. I mean, we've got these. Oh, they're not really equal. This is going to be a point of interest for sure. So, and the reason being is you see how price kind of came up, reacted to this buy to sell range right here, where all of this could be considered where there's maybe some orders residing. So price came up, reacted to it, paused, exploded. Also left the fair value gap right here. We've already balanced this fair value gap. Price came up, took the high. So now we're going down to seek the sell side, probably this fair value gap. After you get down into this zone, I'll actually put that right there. But once you get back down to this zone, I think you could see a rally up to like 324. And then you got a nasty equal lows down there. So I think you have something like this going on. I'm actually gonna post this up. I don't really do TA on stocks that much, but I'm always down. I love doing TA on stuff that I don't usually do. Tag stock. I don't ever give stock signals. I think I should post it. Yeah, I mean that's really what I'm seeing from a macro perspective, but I think you're pretty positive you're heading down to this area. Let's do some Apple TA. I like that level a lot. I like 156.28. That's the equilibrium of the impulse move and an imbalance on the weekly. So I think the weekly draw is down in this region between 159 and 156. Oh yeah, free money going. It's going right there. Probably pretty abruptly. Yeah, no, Apple's going down, and this can also help you with, your bias in indices, especially when you're doing these, major like Tesla and Apple. They account for a pretty big amount of the weight for the S&P and NASDAQ. So yeah, I mean, it's agreeing, with our bias that price kind of came up, and now we're going to probably start to. I can see, see how we formed liquidity above these highs. I mean, let me see what's on this chart, like a daily, like a 1 hour. I mean, nothing really of interest. Okay, and also see how, I mean, this is just perfect. I mean, it's just price just bounces from areas of liquidity to another. Like price came into the fair value gap. Where did it go? Right into the next fair value gap. I mean, it's just perfect. And then now where are we going? The next unfilled gap. I think we could probably get some relief there, possibly, but I would be focused down here. Also, you're welcome, Alex. What are some other stocks you guys trade? Wait, what is this? Can I post that watch list? Yes, I got you, Hunter. I think it's link, like a copy link. Here we go. Yeah, the crypto, kind of like take the crypto with a grain of salt. I change this in and out. Like I don't really watch all these. Actually, I want to look at F5. I think it's like SUS5. I think SUS SU5. There's hold on. Wait, yeah, it's 5 US note, not SUS notes. Okay, so we came back down to this area. We were talking about this a little bit. That whenever we see that divergence on bonds, I think it was the 5-year note. I've already fucking forgot. How do these equal lows? Yeah, it's not looking great at all. The yen is continuously dying. Dude, GJ has just been like, whenever this shit finally makes a move, it's going to be massive. But it's literally just consolidating. Like it's people that just trade this. It's like fuck, dude. It's literally this whole month. It's moved. Not that no massive moves really. I mean, definitely money to be made, of course, but okay. So USD franc took out the highs. Pretty bullish here. I mean, it's that kind of close right there, especially once, even after these highs, it seems like it just absorbed that liquidity and is drawing farther into this imbalance. Right above equilibrium now, the original impulse move. Just depending on DXY though, I mean, there's nothing holding you back if DXY just keeps on. And I think it will. Yeah, what did JPOW? He said, oh, that you were talking about JPOW when he said it will bring some pain. Yeah. It's just like such a meme, like, oh, we're not in a recession. There's no recession coming. Yeah, expect pain. Like, bro, that shit is it's just crazy how manipulated everything is. But Yeah, that's not surprising. I mean, at least they're being finally honest, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's really it, guys. We haven't been on here a full hour. Or, oh, actually, it is. Never mind, it's 57 minutes. But yeah, so I mean, not the most exciting stream because it's Friday, but it's nice to see our bias playing out to a T on nearly everything. I hope you guys capitalized off of that narrative, or maybe it helped you align with the narrative you already had. Moving into the new week, we'll have a stream on Monday going over our outlook coming into the new week and setups that we'll be watching. I'm going to probably be watching gold and indices. That's kind of been the flavor of the month for me recently. And possibly EU. I'm starting to like the way EU is moving in. It's starting to move more volatile. For a while there, it was just so ping-ponging back around, but now it's starting to, it's showing the desire clearly where it wants to go. And I'll close on this too. The monthly delivery level. Oh no, it hit today. Wow, never mind. Damn, we've been talking about that for a minute. Well, things could get interesting here for EU. So potential. If DXY keeps going, I think we'll go lower, but we'll see. Potentially, you could get a decent bounce here. We'll see though. But you are in that monthly price delivery level. This is all the way back from 02 as well. So if you notice this level in 02 is July of 02, and if we go to the dollar, the levels that we're talking are in September of 02, or actually no, yeah, it's June of 02. This the top of the fair value gap. That's a super interesting. The monthly level is back from February, but the imbalance. Well, I guess that wraps it up for tonight. I highly encourage you guys to get out, enjoy the weekend. Those of you that are in Playbit will have our class tomorrow. And yeah, for everybody else, just get outside, get off the charts. If you must, do something to do with trading, I always recommend to try to focus on education on the weekends. Just because crypto is open all weekend doesn't mean you should trade it. Yeah, there's moves to be had, but I think that everybody needs a break. I don't think it's ever healthy mentally or for your trading to just trade 7 days a week. And as much as some of you guys are on the grind, I admire it, but take it from somebody who used to do that. It's not the move. But until Monday, I will see you guys later, and I appreciate you all for coming out as always. Peace.